Will you please welcome to the stage Mr. Stephan Köppe.
Hello, Konastatu. Whatever you say, I won't understand the thing. So, as you hear, probably I'm from Germany, and there are a lot of notorious Germans around, and I have my struggles. And my big struggle is the Irish language. That's why I entitled my show today, My Poor Irish. As you probably kind of read from the program, if you read it, my name is spelled with an O umlaut. That's an Ö, how we pronounce it in German. It's the kind of the O with the funny ears on top. And actually, kind of, you probably know the German national dish, where it always appears. And our national dish is Döner Kebab, and that's where you have it in. But actually, I lived for 5 years in the UK, and no one could either pronounce or spell my name. So when I moved to Ireland, I really thought, well, that's great. Now I really have kind of the chance. You know, you have the father on your kind of in your alphabet, so yeah, you can kind of deal with these accents. That's great, but you're really stupid. Come on, you really just drop it when you write it often. So that's really crucial for now my name, because it really changes the meaning slightly. So the big question is, what's my real surname? You know, when you translate Köppe, is it Skull's Head or Skull's sheep skull or sheep head? Or is it dickhead or numbskull? So really, that makes a huge difference. If you really want to figure it out what my name is, Google it. You should use dict.cc, so dict.cc, and that's quite easy to find there. Oh, don't do it now, you dickhead over there. That's a show here, so please pay attention. That's always what I tell my students. So the other thing is, I also thought about actually kind of registering my daughter for Gaelic Games, because now Germans take over. You know, Lidl now sponsors ladies Gaelic football, and then you have GAA Allianz League, so all German companies. And that was what happens when we bail out countries. Actually, we're right now negotiating that moussaka is called Merkel-saka. Another thing, actually, I thought about, well, what happens, the economy picks up, so maybe Irish companies take over in Germany. So what about kind of Irish Life Handball League? Not so sexy, but I really thought kind of Guinness-infused sauerkraut. That would be a thing. Well, I also kind of, I think since I live in Ireland, I became a little bit suicidal. I started cycling. But really, as a social policy scholar, I think it's very good to start to cycle kind of in Dublin. And you should make it mandatory for pensioners. It simply solves the pension crisis. And really on bus lanes, right? But what I really want to talk about is actually not Geeltacht. I want to talk about poverty, because actually I do a lot of research on poverty. That's hence the title, My Poor Irish. And when you think about Ireland, without taxes, transfers, about 51% of people would live in poverty. It's the highest rate in kind of whole Europe. So actually, I would lose half of this audience. And that's quite a pity, because at least the PhD students laugh about my half-wit jokes, right? And thanks to the welfare state, the whole poverty rate drops to 15%, so quite an achievement. But there's no joke in it. And then actually it had another page of material about poverty, no jokes in it. There was a half joke about Bono, but not really funny. So I really thought, okay, what else can I talk about? What's also part of my research? And actually, professionally, I'll also study cleavages. Not as you think now, okay? As political scientists, when we talk about cleavages, we talk about party cleavages. So actually, we think a lot about, boobs, yeah. But big boobs. But of course, in Ireland, it's more about moobs. If you look at the new doll, you have about 22% now female TDs. Ooh, wow, great achievement. From the bottom, 16%. But that now, the new rate just makes, Ireland short of one TD to another frontrunner in gender equality. The United, any guesses? The United Arab Emirates. Yeah. So actually, what it means is to make it even with the Emirates, we are only short one burqa. That's how you have to think about it. Well, the other thing is when we study party cleavages, it's just about not the big boobs. So it's left versus right. It's kind of Clinton versus Trump. But of course, here the problem with Irish cleavages, they're rather tiny. Again, not as you think. So the key thing about Irish party cleavages is that Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil are almost indistinct. Actually, it was quite nice to read some research papers on it, so because two scholars called them Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And it's also kind of quite interesting that if you think about Irish politics, it's more kind of Fine Gael probably are favoured by the Lord, and Fianna Fáil favoured by Adam Smith. And I always think of them as Harry and Sally. Okay? So on the one hand, they really fancy each other, but they can't admit it. So and now think of the classic scene of Sally in the New York restaurant, yeah? And then now imagine Enda Kenny in the negotiation with Fianna Fáil faking an orgasm. And you will hate me for that picture in your head now. But another picture could be, which probably is more kind of near the truth, is think of Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner in War of Roses. So for the younger audience here, that's kind of a cheesy 80s film about a couple that goes through divorce. So the good thing about the film is it just lasts 90 minutes, and after that, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael would be dead. The other side is now, okay, this war goes over for a century, and they even couldn't sort out who gets the kids for the weekend. So it's more like a kind of war across centuries, and it feels more like kind of fair city in politics. Well, but going back to my poverty research, I actually was invited to a conference last year. It was about rethinking inequality. So we were invited to a nice palace, and they took this theme, rethinking inequality, very serious. So kind of old palace, we were served champagne, lobster, could wander around in the French garden, and I was there, I thought, oh wait, I start to rethink inequality, and I rather like it. But then I didn't know that in the first instance, so I thought, well, they pay my travel fares, so I'd rather fly with Ryanair. It's about, I have to rethink inequality. But then I heard, true story, the keynote speaker, which I really wanted to see, and I actually booked the conference and kind of attended the conference, he wasn't coming. Apparently the conference organizers didn't pay first-class tickets. And it's understandable, if you write about poverty and inequality, it's really hard to write about that when common people sit next to you. And I thought, okay, I also start to rethink inequality. Next time I book with a real airline. So next time I'll book with EasyJet. Thanks.
Stephan Köppe, everybody.